What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Modefi. Now, this is one I've actually spoken about a few times, and the reason being is that I genuinely think this is hugely undervalued. It offers, trying to think, I suppose 1 inch is the closest thing that's similar to it in terms of what it offers, and I think this is still really undervalued given what it can do. So I'm going to break this down for everyone. I also want to talk about some developments with Digital Currency Group. It's sold off some grayscale, some of their grayscale holdings effectively. So we'll break down what's going to happen there regarding the markets. Before I get into that though, if you are new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. These are also the first 26 coins I owned when I made the channel. Had you put in $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and you were still holding them, never sold them, effectively did everything wrong as an investor. If you sold those coins today, $100 into each would net you a total profit of 16 grand from a $2,600 investment. That's not bad. Doing everything wrong. But if you'd have sold these coins in 2021, like I did when the markets were red hot, just $100 into each could have netted you a profit of 123 grand. So huge difference between doing the right thing and the wrong thing. Now, as I said, I sold them off in 2021. They're not what I hold. If you want to see my current holdings, you can do. You just have to go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my portfolio. I give the members updates anytime I buy or sell a coin and change anything to my portfolio. We release videos on a daily basis talking about the markets, where the accuracy of sort of identifying the market moves has been pinpoint accurate for so many months now. We have tutorials set up as well for beginners, because a lot of people that are members of the site are brand new to crypto and never invested in it. So these are step-by-step tutorials. And then on top of that, guys, we have a huge history of success on both the site and the channel. We've picked massive winners on both. None more so than Phantom. Phantom went up 677 times from when I identified it, built a course on it, and said it was the best investment of 2020. And I do recommend go through your favorite crypto YouTubers. No one in 2020 identified Phantom as a massive gainer. Had you put in 2 grand into Phantom when I did that course, your profit would have been, if you'd sold at the top, 1.3 million. Now, I'll find another Phantom, but when I do, I won't do a course like last time. I'm just going to go onto my site and break the coin down for the members the same way I do with everything else. Name the coin, gains the coin can have, percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if they want to copy along, they can. If that interests you, if you're looking to simplify your investing, your crypto investing, and take the research out of it, go read the site now. And remember, you can verify everything you read yourself on the YouTube channel's history. Now, Modefi. Oh, God, clicked on something I didn't mean to. Modefi, tiny market cap. So I'll identify what I like. There is definitely at least one significant concern that we do need to talk about. So Modefi right now, all-time high was effectively in the previous bull cycle, where it ran up to about $5.30, which is pretty good. And currently, 21 cents, so quite dramatically lower. If you're unfamiliar with Modefi's main objective is developing Oracle blockchain solutions. What they are is an Oracle aggregator. So when I say 1 inch is similar, because 1 inch is like a DEX aggregator, effectively, like an AMM aggregator. So Modefi works on the same premise, except it's built around Oracle solutions. And their point is, and I agree with it, is, look, firstly, there are major issues with oracles within the crypto space. We've seen, when an oracle goes down, it has huge impacts on price data. Price data becomes unreliable. Real-time data becomes unreliable. And the oracles are vulnerable. We've seen oracles that have effectively had hacks, and those exploits have then affected multiple different projects because some oracles, most oracles fuel and service data for tons and tons of different projects. So what Modefi does is provide an aggregated Oracle marketplace where you can effectively see and review the solutions. So, right. So as an example, right. So I was going to show the marketplace, but it's being a pain. So open up the pitch deck because that's worth a look. So the decentralized aggregated Oracle and the Oracle marketplace are the two different solutions I really want to focus on. So the decentralized aggregated Oracle is Modefi integrates trusted oracles and data providers to use them as complementary entities instead of treating them as competition. So you can integrate multiple oracles into the platform, which gives clients using Modefi's DAOs the ability to obtain trustless, transparent, secure, and decentralized data. What's good about this is if one oracle goes down, it's just effectively removed from the other integrations. So it reduces the massive risk. So there are a few different problems in and around oracles, right? Centralized oracles is a big problem because consensus is reached within its own proprietary network. So by utilizing multiple oracles, you are utilizing trusted data from established oracle networks. The layer 1 limitations are massive, obviously slow and costly. So layer 2 solutions ensure that secure data can be achieved at lower cost and higher frequency. There's also bidirectional cross-chain data. So redundant fail-safe oracle data is there via interoperability. And then you've got the multiple blockchains as well, because Modefi is already on BNB, Ethereum, Phantom, and I think Polygon. That's it. Let's double check that. Yeah, Polygon, Phantom, BNB. Yeah, so it's already on 4. But the key thing here for me as well is autonomous execution. So corrupt and malicious data is removed autonomously. And it's way harder for data manipulation when there's multiple oracles being utilized. And oracles are used for lending and borrowing, pricing data for collateral management. They're used for frequency in terms of high throughput and low latency requirements. And also leverage, the precise data requirements to reduce manipulations and liquidations. That's what oracles do. Oracles are vital within the crypto space. Their importance cannot be overstated. Decentralized finance is vitally important to have a strong oracle, or a potential list of multiple oracles are vital, because fundamentally decentralized finance requires oracles, whether that's an API 3 one that's heavily integrated, or you're using more centralized one like your Chainlink. Either way, an oracle is necessary. But given that over the course of time we've seen oracles being quite vulnerable, utilizing something like the Modefi DAO, where you're going to then have multiple fail-safes, you're sorted. That's the key thing. It sorts the risks out. And as it says, look, there's many oracles to choose from. How do you know which one is the right one for you? The Modefi marketplace users now have a place to directly communicate with oracle providers while being able to view their validation stats alongside their pricing. So it's like a hassle-free turnkey experience for oracles. Again, we've seen the strength of 1inch and how successful 1inch became by being an aggregator for your Uniswaps and your Sushi swaps and everything else under the sun. This is what Modefi can do. They're well backed by DexForce Ventures, X21, Moonwhale, Base Protocol, GD10 Ventures. Not sure, don't recognize that symbol. And I just think in terms of a use case, they're pretty much up and running. They're on beta mode now. And fundamentally, as I've said, Oracle data, off-chain data, on-chain data, all of the necessity for accurate data is so high. And whether that's NFTs or tournaments, real estate, gambling, insurance, every sort of possible field within the crypto space, vitally important that Oracle is servicing the needs. And Modefi is a solution for everyone. And I do think just hugely undervalued when you contextualize the fact that right now it's got a market cap of like 3 million. And it hit heights of $5. $5, can it hit $4 or $5? I think it can. It would only put it at 80 million market cap. It's not that high. And it's offering an actual solution. But the one thing that I will highlight that could be a cause for concern is the volume. The volume is terrible. And when we look at it right now, volume has been really poor for a while. And that's probably the biggest cause for concern for me. Because fundamentally, you have to sell an investment one time or another. You just do. So if you are not in a position where, if the trading volume is terrible, it's going to be hard to flog. And at some point you do need to be able to sell. But I think this is massively undervalued. It's obviously high risk because it's low market cap, but I mean, it's literally a solution for every single crypto project. Rather than trying to build a partnership with like a giant like Chainlink, you could have been potential like a crypto project could literally go to Modefi and go through the marketplace and pick an Oracle based on their stats and their pricing. There's a real fix to like the problem of building partnerships with oracles as well, because there's not tons of oracles. There's a few, there's several, but there's not millions. I just think there's a solution here to a legitimate problem. The question really is, does it get picked up? If they can start showing data, if they can start showing that projects are using them, if they are heavily used, this is a big winner. But it's got to show that that's happening, and number two, it's got to, the volume's got to pick up, because that will scare off a lot of retail as well. Like if I can buy it and I'm struggling to flog it, what's the point in buying it? So that's probably the only downside that I can see right now for Modefi. Very low cap as well, which means there's a lot of potential. But what do you guys think? Do you like Modefi? Do you think there's potential here? Do you think this can do a real run? Am I undervaluing the level of run it can do, saying it, $5? Is that an undervaluation? Let me know in the comments down below. If you are a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button, please. It's good for the channel. These videos are going to make you money, plus karma points. You've done a nice thing. That's good for your karma. Your karma points go up. It's a real thing. Trust me. Anyway, before I get into the digital currency group stuff, if you want to see the coins I hold right now, go to copymycrypto.com. It's where I share every coin I own. Anytime I buy or sell a coin, members are alerted in real time. We have released videos on a daily basis talking about the markets. We've been pinpoint accurate with our market assessments for the last, for so many months now. We have tutorials set up as well for beginners. We've got a lot of beginners to crypto on the site. These tutorials guide you along your journey in crypto. And we have picked big winners, and that's both on the channel and the site. We've had massive winners, many 100x's, not least of which is Phantom. Phantom went up 677 times from when I called it the best investment of 2020. No one was talking about Phantom in 2020 either. I released a whole course about it and why it would 100x or more. I'll find another Phantom, but next time I won't do a course. I will simply go onto my site and break the coin down in the same way I do with all the other holdings. This is the coin's name. What gains can it do? Why do I believe that? What percentage of my money am I putting in? And I literally lay it out for the members. And if they want to copy along, they can. If that interests you, if you're looking to take the work out of your crypto investing and all that research, go read the site. And remember, everything you read, you can verify on the YouTube channel's history. And last thing, guys, Digital Currency Group has begun to sell shares in several of its most prized cryptocurrency funds at a significant discount. This is to raise capital to pay back creditors of its bankrupt lending arm. So SoftBank-backed DCG has started to offload its holdings in several investment vehicles run by its subsidiary Grayscale. The move to sell down the asset underscores the financial difficulties at Digital Currency Group as it tries to raise funds to support its collapsed lending units under crypto broker Genesis while seeking to preserve its most cash generative business. There's obviously a lot of there's a lot of problems in and around DCG right now. DCG, there's still the ongoing sort of situation with Gemini where they owe the Winklevoss twins quite a significant amount of money. Grayscale is a key asset for DCG. It earns hundreds of millions of dollars per year in just fees for managing the large pools of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the other cryptos. And they're selling stakes in their largest trust, even though the shares over the past 2 years have fallen to substantial discounts because of the underlying value of the crypto that they hold. In spite of this, obviously, they are doing this to try and deal with the issues that they've got. DCG recently announced that they've come to an agreement with Gemini, and the plan is a critical step forward towards a substantial recovery of assets, according to Cameron Winklevoss. The group has moved to sell about a quarter of its stock to raise as much as $22 million in several trades since January 24th. The company is selling at about $8 per share, despite each share's claim to $16 of Ethereum. So it's all a bit of a mess. This is probably going to have a little bit of a negative impact upon Grayscale. DCG fundamentally has to try and push and hold their presence in the crypto space, which is what they're aiming to do by raising the funds. But again, it's a bit of some of the fallout of the FTX situation. This is continued fallout. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see lots of it over the course of the next couple of years. They're also looking to help to sell CoinDesk, which is the site that they own right now as well. And they're also looking to offload their some of their $500 million portfolio. So we're in for an interesting time. If we find out any unsavory information or fraudulent or allegations of fraud begin to come out about DCG, that's going to have a really negative impact on the markets. I'm not suggesting for a second that there is that situation, but DCG have enormous holdings in a lot of cryptos, and if it turns out that there's been any bad acting or there's risks, it's going to have a significant like those coins that are DCG held are going to have a significant downturn. So just something to be aware of if any of your holdings are DCG held. We'll see how this plays out though. It should be interesting. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Take it easy. Bye bye.